Chevrolet Fantasy Ticker is brought to you by the new Chevrolets. 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months. An American revolution.
So the Redskins, the last minute of the game, trying to run out the clock in San Francisco. Looks like they will beat the Niners 26-16. 4 interceptions for that very good Washington defense tomorrow. Two Seattle Jets, Jacksonville, Green Bay, Buffalo, Cincy. Interesting game.
Well, interesting games. And those first two that you talk about, I want to see if the NFC has the ability to compete with the AFC.
Peyton a record tomorrow night, we'll see. But for Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching big-time football tonight. Atlanta, playoff-bound. Carolina with their turnaround. Are they playoff-bound? Mike and the guys.
That is the ball game. But it all ends today as the Panthers fall again. 6 losses in a row, 1-7 this season.
Sit here lonely like a broken man, but I don't want your sympathy yet.
We were expecting big things going into this season.
People were saying that we had Super Bowl hangover.
You can't worry about what's on the outside. You have to worry about what's on the inside.
We're not going to let anybody define us.
Be my reason.
Fires towards the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown Panthers! They've won 5 in a row.
The game against the Falcons is by far the most important game of the season. Atlanta is a division champ.
We had it last year. They took it.
We mirror images of each other because we're a team that fights, scratch, and claw for 60 minutes also.
This is what they came to see. Look at that speed. What a cut out to the races. What a cut. You can't do that. Michael Vick scores. That is Michael Vick.
Absolutely.
They don't care about what you did in the past and what you might do in the future. It's all about what you're going to do here and now.
A sellout crowd of over 71,000 at the Georgia Dome to see one of the game's most dynamic talents, Michael Vick. His unique skills have led the Falcons to a 10-3 record and a division championship. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. They take their division championships rather seriously around here. This is only the 3rd one they've ever had in 39 years of Falcon football, and they have the 2nd best record in the entire NFC behind only the Philadelphia Eagles. The Falcons are winning this year mainly because Michael Vick is healthy and running at a record pace. We know what a great athlete he is. But, Joe, is he a good enough quarterback to take them deep into the playoffs?
Mike, because of his unique talent at the quarterback position, and I believe it is the most unique in the league, he's an electrifying football player. I believe he can take them deep into the playoffs. He takes your breath away every time he drops back to throw the football because you don't know where he's going to be. But he's worked very hard to be a complete quarterback. As a matter of fact, his pass completion percentage this year is the highest it has been in his career. Last year in this same building against the Carolina Panthers, he carried the ball 14 times for 141 yards, Mike. I get a feeling tonight against the Carolina Panthers, he's going to play that simple little game, catch me if you can.
Well, it's a huge game for Carolina, and who would have thought that? They started the season 1-7. No NFL team in history has ever started 1-7 and gone on to make the playoffs, and yet they are on the verge of doing just that. And, Paul, all they have to do tonight to keep it going is stop Michael Vick.
Well, Michael, this is a do-or-die game for Carolina. What's new? It's been do-or-die since week 9. The defense has kept them in. They've taken the ball away 22 times in the last 5 victories. And the leader of this defense is defensive end Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers has 10 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. And if there's one guy that matches up with Michael Vick on this football team tonight, it is Julius Peppers. He ran him down a year ago from behind. And in order for them to win tonight, they're going to need a whole lot of that.
All right, Paul, thanks. And when we come back, Susie Colbert will join us with that spectacular athlete, Michael Vick. This is what they came to see. Look at that speed. What a cut out to the races. What a Vick. You can't do that. Michael Vick scored. That is Michael Vick.
Absolutely.
Wow, stuffed chicken marsala, stuffed chicken limone. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Can you actually hear them being stuffed with 4 Italian cheeses? Can you hear the creamy marsala sauce? Is the limone calling?
It spoke to me, yes. Only at Olive Garden.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Absolutely.
He helped me pick this out.
The Leo Diamond, crafted by the artisans at Leo Schachter and hand-selected to match beautifully by Kay.
Can I give you folks a lift?
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Save one for me.
The moonlight in your eyes.
Okay, we've got illegal use of the brain on Tom, passing out beer with less taste than Miller Lite. Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, half the carbs of Bud Light. We've also got intentional acoustic romanticism on Gary. Girls not buying it, tent invitation declined. Wait, what? Play beer.
Chicks dig music.
Miller. Good call.
Go to ESPN.com or NFL.com now and click on Enhanced TV to interact live with tonight's game. Enhanced TV is brought to you by Intel and Microsoft. Experience the new home PC at DigitalJoy.com.
Back in Atlanta, where it's a must-win for the Red Hot Panthers, who have never beaten a Michael Vick-led Falcon team. Panther killer. How do you describe a complete quarterback?
I think a complete quarterback is a quarterback who comes out and do all the things right, makes great decisions, always on time with the football, and does whatever it takes to win. So I think there's really no way to describe a complete quarterback. I think you could just judge him just off by winning.
And how far are you along in your efforts to be the total package?
I'm getting there. You know, we got to finish out this 2004 season on the right note, and hopefully we'll finish on a winning note. And, you know, we'll decide that come playoff time.
No quarterback has ever rushed for 1,000 yards in a season. You're getting close. What does that represent to you?
It represents a lot. It represents what I can do for the game and for the position. So my main goal is to come out and get a win tonight. If I get the rushing yards and I rush for 1,000 yards this season, then it happen. If it doesn't, the most important thing is winning.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
And Mike, he's just 179 yards away. You never know. Could come close tonight.
It could, Susie, and if you judge him by winning, he is already there as a quarterback. ESPN presents Visa SkyCam, innovative technology on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Visa SkyCam provides unique and memorable images from angles no other single camera in the world can achieve. And we're excited to bring it to you on all of our NFL telecasts. We'll be back in a sold-out Georgia Dome in Atlanta in a moment.
Focus, discipline, hard work. At American Century Investments, these are the values that guide our investment teams. And no matter what the market conditions may be, our teams stick to their game plan. Because we believe that's the best way to achieve a winning performance. American Century Investments, genuine results.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Back in Atlanta, here's the way the playoff picture looks in the NFC. Philadelphia and Atlanta, of course, with the top 2 records for the first-round byes. Then Green Bay and Seattle hanging on at 7 and 6. Right now, Minnesota and Carolina are the 2 wild cards. Carolina must keep it going to keep those hopes alive. They have won 5 straight games after starting 1 and 7. And the Panthers will get the football first. Jay Feely will kick it away from the 30-yard line. And Atlanta's kickoff and punt coverage teams have been just spectacular this year in the NFL. Brandon Bennett from the 5 for Carolina, and room to run, and Bennett up to the 29. Artie Ulmer made the tackle. The Panthers have had dramatic changes on their line. Jeff Mitchell, the only starter at the same spot from the Super Bowl team. Muhsin Muhammad stepped up after Steve Smith's injury with his 3rd career 1,000 season. He's 7th in the NFL. Was Nick Goings an afterthought? He is the Panthers' 5th starting running back. He has had 4 straight 100-yard games as an undrafted free agent. Only the 2nd man ever to do that. The other was Priest Holmes. Goings on the toss. And picks up about 5. The undersized Falcon defense relies on speed and effort. Those are hallmarks of Patrick Kearney with 10 sacks. He's tied for 4th in the NFL. Keith Brooking, as usual, is Atlanta's leading tackler, 119 stops. That's 50% more than anyone else. And they have a very young secondary with their top draft choice, D'Angelo Hall, missing the first half of the season. 2nd and 5. Goings again. A power straight ahead runner, this time up to the 37, where Corey Hall, one of the safeties, gets him. And Goings out of Pittsburgh, where he was a backup for Kevin Barlow. He has actually started in the last couple of years more games in the NFL than he ever started in college.
Well, the last 7 games he started, they've won. So, I mean, you know, this guy, he would have never played. But except for 3rd down and on special teams, but everybody got hurt.
Very quiet, very unassuming guy, but is the team practical joker. And a great find for them. Toss to Goings, trying to get outside. Tough against this defense that has speed, and Brady Smith did a great job on the corner, wouldn't let him go, and then got a lot of help.
Kevin Mathis is the guy that forces it. You get corners that like to come up and tackle. Watching the left part of your screen. There's Goings outside. Look at Kevin Mathis, number 23. He doesn't make the tackle, but what he does is he forces Goings outside so Brady Smith can make the tackle.
They'll have to kick it away. Todd Sauerbrunn, the veteran Pro Bowler, who has the 2nd best average in the NFL. The kick to Allen Rossen, who has the 2nd best return average. Low line drive kick. Rossen from the 18 got a block across the 30. Flags are down. It looked like a block in the back, and now more flags come in. A 14-yard return after a 46-yard kick.
Michael, this was a blatant block in the back. I mean, we've said this for years and years and years. You've got a guy's name on the back of the jersey.
If you can read it.
If you can read it, you don't hit it. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
Illegal block in the black.
Really?
On the return team, number 25. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Atlanta.
Kevin McAdam called for the penalty.
Look at McAdam as number 25. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can see the guy's name. Yeah. Why are you even thinking about pushing it?
And you walk to the sidelines with your hands out like, geez, coach, I really didn't feel like I hit him in the back. Come on. See, you can read McAdam. That means you don't hit him.
Well, McAdam is the guy that hit him.
Take them all the way back to the 17-yard line. So the Falcons, who had great field position, now start inside their own 20. Vick, 57% completion percentage. 1 more touchdown than interception. And Warrick Dunn, the running back out of the eye. And it's going to be all Warrick Dunn tonight at tailback because T.J. Duckett had a minor knee procedure and he's going to be out for a while. The Atlanta offense has benefited from new line coach Alex Gibbs. The senior member Todd Weiner makes very few mistakes. Algie Crumpler, a big play receiver and tight end. He has 17 catches this year for 20 yards or better. That's number 1 in the league. And Vick is the best running quarterback the NFL has ever seen. He needs only 148 yards for that single season record. Short drop throws, tipped incomplete. And Joe, when you say West Coast offense around here, people get very touchy about it. But it is a version of the West Coast offense.
It is a version, and it's a very pure version. As a matter of fact, what it is it's short steps and short sets, and it's quick passes. You see Michael Vick drop back, and then you see Julius Peppers get out and knock it away. He is so quick. He's almost too quick for this style of offense. He has to learn to slow down, and it's something he's working on.
Two tight ends, Crumpler and Beverly, are in there on third down. Vick, they kept him in the pocket. He is just smoked as he got rid of the ball, and it was Kendall Moorhead who got a free run and annihilated Michael Vick.
Oh, Kendall Moorhead, he almost killed Michael Vick. Take a look at this. Michael, just as he turns around and wham! Oh. That is a beautiful tackle. Right in the midsection, he hits him. And I'm going to tell you what, you got to catch this Peerless Price. That ball hit you in the hands.
See, the other thing is you have to remember, with a left-handed quarterback like Michael Vick is, Todd Weiner becomes the tackle. The right tackle becomes the most critical guy on the offensive line, and that's where the pressure came from.
Jamal Broussard goes back for the punt. He waits at his own 35. And, Paul, you're right. I mean, if Michael Vick's going to take a shot to deliver the ball like that, somebody has to catch it. Broussard on the return to the 43, pushed back from there. 8-yard return after a 45-yard punt. 0-0 early. First quarter in Atlanta. You're watching ESPN Saturday Night Football. Back in a moment.
So just when I'm thinking, isn't there a car out there I could get excited about? Wham! There's this car with all this stuff. Then as I'm thinking, now here's a car I could see myself in. Wham! There's this other car with all this stuff. Two cars, the same, yet different. Kind of like those twins I met in Chicago.
The Mazda 3 and Mazda 3 5-door. Rethink what's possible.
I need to send this priority mail, so I need a postage, mailing label, and I also need insurance. Can you do that for me, sweetie?
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
This holiday season, use USPS.com online shipping. The U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
It's the fajita grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Loaded with authentic carne asada steak and grilled fajita vegetables. All wrapped in a flour tortilla and grilled to go.
Ooh, fajitas.
For sizzling fajita taste, think outside the bun.
You know, I think I'd marry you again. All these people as witnesses?
Yeah, right. Mom? Dad?
Lisa, will you marry me? Again.
This Christmas, give her a piece of eternity.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV gives to me. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, missiles are falling, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week begins Monday, December 27th on ESPN.
Welcome back. 0-0 first quarter. Michael Vick talking on the sideline, and it's Jake Delhomme's turn. He starts from his own 44. The numbers on Delhomme, very good numbers considering where this team has been and all the injuries. Pressure on Delhomme from behind, loose ball. Keith Brooking was the guy who knocked it away. Who has it? Atlanta.
Boy, Keith Brooking never stopped coming. He just didn't come. Brookings never stopped coming. He just came and came. Look at him from the outside, number 56. Boom. Watch this, and that Jake Delhomme, that ball is back, and I don't know if he's coming forward. Boy, this is close.
I think if I'm John Fox, I challenge it right now. Critical time of the game, turnover in your own territory. Was his arm coming forward, and was it an incomplete pass, or is it a fumble?
And that's such a tough call. You almost have to see it in slow motion to get it right.
Well, you have to either force the officials to take a look at it or figure your defense can hold up.
Once the ball is snapped, can't review it. And they can't review it. Warrick's done for a couple.
Take a look at it one more time. See if his hand's actually going for it. We know it's back.
What? No, it's not, because he hits the ball at the top of his arm. Just look at, watch when he hits the ball. Now, the arm comes through afterwards. This is an excellent call by the officials.
Yes, sir.
Stanley Pritchett, we're told, has an injury. Justin Griffith The other fullback is already out. They signed Fred McCrary this week just to fill in, so they are really thin at running back. Here's Dunn. Great cut. The FSU veteran down to the 26-yard line, where Ricky Manning Jr. will make the tackle. And Warrick Dunn is one of those guys who's had to fight the perception his entire career. Hey, can't run inside, too small. He can run inside with the best of them.
Julius Peppers shows you what it is when you're really too fast. See how far down the line number 90 got? Here he comes. Now watch what he does. When you're that quick, you overrun. His job is to wait for Warrick Dunn to come back. He didn't.
Well, Warrick Dunn said, I'll show you too fast. Power formation here, 2 wideouts, a single back. Vick hit from behind. The ball goes straight up in the air. What a break for Atlanta, and it was Peppers who caused the loose ball, nearly a fumble.
Pass. Orange Julius. I mean, he slides down the line. He's actually lining up over the guard. He moved all the way down the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on this play.
Larry Nemmers, the referee tonight.
We're going to pick the flag up in the play. The pass was not catchable downfield. Therefore, there's no interference.
All right, Julius Peppers, look where he's lined up. He is inside over 40, number 65, which is a guard, and he just gets, I mean, there's no time for Michael Vick.
Michael Vick does an unbelievable job of just getting the ball out of his hands so that it would be considered an incompletion as opposed to a fumble. We saw Jake Delhomme get his knocked out of his hands when he tried to come forward with it.
Peppers just ate up Keenan Forney that time, and now McCrary, who was just signed off the street, is in as a fullback in front of Warrick Dunn, who will get the carry. Dunn lowers his shoulder and pounds his way down to the 20. Let's check in for the first time with Susie.
Well, Mike, Julius Peppers in his 3rd season really came into his own. Week 12 against the Bucks, his 9th sack on the season. He blocked a field goal and returned an interception 46 yards for a touchdown. John Fox, who has seen a lot of defensive players, said he's just amazed at the things that he's capable of doing. Changing direction, his quickness, his leaping ability, his size and speed. He has never seen athletic ability quite like that. Imagine, criticized when he was drafted for his work ethic. He has certainly worked hard to prove his critics wrong.
And Susie, he has been a magnificent guy. Dunn takes the direct snap. Vick was out as a wide receiver, and Warrick Dunn appears to have the first down. They're going to mark it right on top of that yellow line.
It was great talking to Michael Vick about being lined up in this formation. He's out at wide receiver coming in motion. We asked him if Warrick Dunn had the ability to throw the ball down the field to him as a wide receiver. He said every time Warrick throws it, it wobbles so much I'm afraid I'm going to hurt my fingers. So you'll see him split out wide, but don't expect him to catch a ball.
Warrick Dunn lines up in that formation. Basically, it is a running play. I mean, the guy has such great skill. And it is a first down for the Falcons. Warrick Dunn is one of those special peoples. He has a Home for the Holidays program where he buys homes for single mothers for Christmas. Not only just the homes, but they're stocked with everything. Makes the down payments. He has changed so many people's lives.
Did it down in Tampa when he was with the Buccaneers. Started the program there.
Vick pressured out of the pocket at his most dangerous. 10, 5, and out of bounds near the 3.
Oh, what feet. He is.
Now that's my line.
Well, I said it in the open. I mean, when he drops back, you really just hold your breath because you have no idea where he's going to go. What you see is his quickness. He steps up, gets outside. Look at him take a swipe at him, and he still gets around. Now when he turns the corner, look at him go north and south. Now, a year ago, he would have tried to get into the end zone and leap over people. He's gotten much wiser.
Dunn off the right side. Just inside the 1 yard line.
Now it's right here where the Falcons have gone to the 2-back system. If T.J. Duckett was healthy, Warrick Dunn would probably come out of the game and T.J. Duckett would go in because he's the sort of the designated touchdown guy.
Well, he had 4 rushing touchdowns a week ago. That was a franchise record. And, of course, at 254, maybe a little bit bigger, he is certainly larger than Warrick Dunn.
How about Eric Beverly, number 80 on the right side of the line, 300 pounds at the tight end position.
Vick. And he'll lose a couple.
Boy, I'll tell you. You know, Julius Peppers is when you talk about what a great athlete he is, but he's the guy that messes up this play. On the left-hand side of your screen, look who comes in. Now, you're going to try to block him. He forces... Dunn does block him, but what he does, yeah, well, he got in his way. Here it is. Here's Dunn on the block. That is an excellent block, and it forced Michael Vick to go up forward. And once he did, Rucker makes the tackle.
Now 3rd and goal.
This is where Michael Vick puts so much pressure on a defense if he gets on the edge.
Floats this for Finneran. Touchdown. Brian Finneran comes in at 6'5", and it was no contest.
Chris Gamble, the rookie #1 pick out of Ohio State, really never caught up with Finneran as he went in motion, and Vick just laid it up in the air, back away from the defender.
Joe, look what he does. Gamble he's looking at the receiver. Never once does he look for the ball.
Even when he looks back for the ball, he doesn't see it because it's up in the air so high.
And how about this? That was the only pass completion of that drive, and the first touchdown catch of the year for Finneran. So the Falcons break on top at home. They're up 7-0 first quarter.
Yeah. I've made some mistakes, like the meat smoker, the engine overhaul, and that satellite dish.
How about now? No!
But that's all behind me now. For one thing, we have Comcast digital cable. With Comcast, we get lots of choices in high def. Picture is unbelievable. I think that kind of makes up for all the other stuff. Honey?
That was then. This is Comcast.
Perception can be everything in business. If your business doesn't look the best, how can it be the best? Wheeling Office Supply has been making area businesses look their best for over 54 years. By utilizing the latest computer office design services, Wheeling Office Supply can transform any environment into a state-of-the-art office facility. And along with our expertise in office design, we also offer a wide range of office supplies and furnishings to make your business a complete success. Call or visit Wheeling Office Supply today at 1420 Market Street in downtown Wheeling.
Wake up, Max. It's time for your early Christmas present. Come with me. I got you this cool drum set, Max, from CA House Music. And they got all kinds of cool stuff. Complete 5-piece drum kits starting at only $299. Acoustic guitars for $69. Electric guitars as low as $99. So don't be a Grinch. Shop at CA House Music for Christmas.
This ESPN NFL special brought to you by Mazda. Always the soul of a sports car. American Express. Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. And a diamond is forever Diamond Trading Company. This Christmas, give her a piece of eternity.
Hartsfield Airport here in Atlanta, the world's busiest, 250,000 passengers daily. And there's an old saying here in the South, if you die, you have to go through Hartsfield to get wherever your final destination is.
There you see Greg Knapp in the middle, Michael Vick, Matt Schwab on the other side, their rookie draft pick.
Next break.
Bennett driven back to the 1. And takes it out to the 23. 7:12 to go first quarter from Atlanta. The Panthers trying to get untracked on offense.
Hey, I can't believe you cooked.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you.
Are you excited for dinner?
Dockers Pro Style. Shirts and pants that do it all.
Oh, man, there's a line.
Dockers Pro Style. Shirts and pants that do it all.
My gift from my aunt.
I made that. Open them up.
My gift from my husband. My gift from my cousin.
Oh.
My gift from me.
Don't miss your chance to buy a new BMW for $5,000, only with your American Express card. Just visit mylifemycard.com. You'll find great products at incredible prices every day. Quantities are limited, so log on today.
My life, my card.
So just when I'm thinking, isn't there a car out there I could get excited about? Wham! There's this car with all this stuff. Then as I'm thinking, now here's a car I could see myself in. Wham! There's this other car with all this stuff. Then just as I'm thinking, how could this possibly get any sweeter?
The Mazda 3 and Mazda 3 5-door. The wait is over. Now arriving daily. Rethink what's possible.
Peyton Manning and the Colts hope to shatter the elusive single-season touchdown record against Ray Lewis and the tenacious Ravens D. Sunday Night Football, Ravens-Colts, tomorrow night at 8:30 on ESPN.
Tomorrow night, ESPN's double coverage weekend of NFL football continues at 8:30 Eastern when the Colts' Peyton Manning tries to eclipse Dan Marino's single-season record of 48 touchdown passes. Standing in his way, the Ravens defense led by Ray Lewis. Coverage begins with NFL primetime at 7:30 Eastern. There you see the numbers. 2 behind Marino, 2 ahead of Marino, who was in second place. So he has that going for number 1. Come with us and chase history from Indianapolis.
Well, you watch this Falcon defense move. Paul, you talked about how quick they are with the speed they run with. They added Rod Coleman from the Oakland Raiders as a free agent this year. He's given them a big presence inside to help out Keith Brookings. They went to a 4-3, which means 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers, which was a switch from the way they played last year. And every player you talk to on the defense feels like now it's set up and suits the personnel.
Craig Mangum and Mike Seidman are in as double tight ends for Carolina. 3-man rush. Delhomme throws underneath. Mangum, the tight end, breaks a couple of tackles, and look at the red shirts swarm to the ball.
Well, that's actually, Jake Delhomme went back once and tried to throw a pass and fumbled the ball, got hit by Brookings. But you've got to get these guys off the line of scrimmage, and this is the best way to do it. It's a short pass. It picked up about 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards, but he has to throw the ball to get these guys out of there.
Got to have enough time to do it, though.
3rd and 3 from their own 30. Ricky Prohl, the veteran wide receiver, number 81, comes in, and he's the man who will go in motion. They throw back to the near side. A late hit out of bounds by Hall, but Muhammad has the first down. Let's go to Susie.
Well, Mike, it's been the Atlanta Falcons show tonight. Keith Brookings leading a defense that has been dominant this season, making Jake Delhomme awfully uncomfortable to start this game, knocking the ball away, forcing the fumble. And then Michael Vick doing what he does best, the beautiful scramble, gaining yardage for his team, taking them down to the goal line and finishing it off with a beautiful floater to Brian Finneran. Hey, how about that? An Atlanta wide receiver caught a touchdown pass.
How about that, Susie? It's been the Michael Vick show, usually on the ground. So far tonight, pretty good combination. Delhomme got away from Brady Smith, then lost the ball, fortunate to get it back at his own 24-yard line. Just came loose.
Well, you see more guys put the ball in their one hand and try and run with it, and it comes sliding out. Whether it's defensive backs, whether it's wide receivers, or in this case, it's Jake Delhomme just trying to escape the pressure.
You know what he does what's really well about this? After the bad thing is getting rid of the ball. Here comes Kearney up after him. Now, Kearney coming in, he's got 10 sacks. He's going to get this one for another sack that gives him 11. But Jake Delhomme, instead of trying to pick that ball up, he fell on the ball, took the loss, and it's only 2nd down.
Kearney came into the game tied for 4th in the NFL in sacks. Goings on a real delay. He took the handoff and seemed to wait forever before he went anywhere. Lovellay made the tackle, the rookie out of LSU.
You look at the way this defense has improved. 30th last year in points, last in yards. You see 11th and 12th. Ed Donatel came in from Green Bay. Up in Green Bay, they led the league in takeaways over the last 3 years as the coordinator. Of course, Jim Moore with his legacy and history on the defensive side of the ball.
And Donatel, of course, was the guy who took the blame for that 4th and 26 play against Philadelphia. Goings is going nowhere, wrapped up by Brady Smith.
Well, you know what? A lot of teams will allow you. They run a draw play, pick up 6 or 7 yards. Not this defense. This defense is so fast. Brady Smith comes down the line of scrimmage. He knew they weren't going to go for it on 3rd and 24. Why would you deep in your own territory? And they played that draw perfectly. There was no gain on the play.
6 yards in 3 possessions for the Carolina Panthers. Sauerbrunn to kick to Allen Rossa. Rossen from the 34. Excellent coverage by Carolina, and he is buried after a 42-yard kick, a net of 40 for Sauerbrunn, the Pro Bowler. Michael Vick coming back on the field, already up by 7.
Introducing the Extra Points credit card from the National Football League. Log on to NFL.com/extrapoints today and start living your NFL dream.
The holidays are a time for giving, a time for rejoicing, a time for early bird savings on next summer's biggest concert event, Jamboree in the Hills, July 14th through the 17th, just off I-70, exit 213, Morristown, Ohio, less than 90 minutes from Pittsburgh. Get your tickets now at a huge savings. Go to JamboreeInTheHills.com or call 800-624-5456. Major credit cards accepted. Jamboree in the Hills 2005, July 14th through the 17th. Buy now, early bird savings end January 30th.
There's something extra you can count on at Citizens Bank: exceptional customer service. Citizens has been bringing our customers banking with a hometown touch and a friendly face for over 100 years. We offer traditional banking, ATMs, telephone banking, and even 24/7 business and personal online banking. But what really sets us apart are the Citizens people that make it work. Citizens, providing exceptional customer service every day just for you.
Falcons on top 7-0 here in Atlanta as Michael Vick has thrown a touchdown pass for the only score of the ball game, and that was his only completion.
Yeah, but the 12-yard run was a lot more fun.
Yes, for him.
A lot more fun to watch.
How about Carolina on that last drive? They had the ball for 3 minutes and 51 seconds, and they gained a yard.
Stanley Pritchett, who was being checked on by the medical staff, is back in there. Warrick Dunn, great move not to lose yardage in the backfield. Takes it up near the 38. Will Witherspoon made that tackle. Witherspoon is a guy who's had an impact on the last 4 games with 4 interceptions. Actually, that's in the last half dozen. And he said that's because you just get that mojo. And, Paul, you know how that feels.
Well, I had it twice. Once in 38 when I was born.
Boy, and you see what the Falcons have done running the football. Number 1 in the league.
Dunn. There goes Michael Vick. And Julius Peppers chased him out of bounds to 49. Gain of 13.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, Mike Minter, who is a strong safety, thought he had him. Absolutely thought he had him in the backfield right about here. They said, well, you know what? Wrong. Look at this speed. But look at Julius Peppers.
Julius Peppers, to me, is the most impressive defensive lineman I've seen. But there isn't anybody like Michael Vick. The feet are unbelievable. I mean, Barry Sanders just willed his feet to Michael Vick and said, look, I'm going to retire. You take my moves and continue on for another 10 years.
Warrick Dunn threw him a couple of good blocks here in the first quarter and did on that one at only 180 pounds. He's a good pass protector. Let's go to Susie.
Well, Mike, as I said in the open, Mike Vick has been the Panther killer last year. First game back after missing 11 games with a broken leg, ran wild. 141 yards rushing, 179 passing, led them to an overtime win. John Fox said, you always feel that you're a man short defending him. It's like having the option effect, but when he breaks out to run, you've got Barry Sanders. Defensive minded Tony Dungy echoed that and told us, regardless of how well you defend him, he can still kill you.
And he's done it repeatedly. Vick this time gets outside the pocket. And there's a late hit on Morgan. You just can't do it.
I'll tell you, you better be careful arguing or else he's going to get himself a little bit more.
Personal foul for a late hit out of bounds, number 55. We'll add 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Oh, wait, I'll tell you what. Now, this was some great acting by Michael Vick, because he barely even, I know you can't, but he barely even touched him. And that's what Morgan's mad about. And so is Fox. I mean, he hardly even hit him.
Let's go. I'll tell you, take it back to when Muhsin Muhammad made a catch. He got hit further out of bounds by D'Angelo Hall, and there was no flag. But
and
still,
I feel bad for defensive players because they are taught if a guy's running with a football, you go get him. But if it's a quarterback, you simply can't touch him.
But here's the problem. When a quarterback gets to the sidelines and he looks like he's going to run out of bounds, you don't know if he's going to try and come back in.
Sure.
So you take the shot.
Joe.
But you can't, I mean, it is. It's very tough on the perimeter for defensive guys when they're trying to hit a quarterback.
So the Falcons have it first down to 29, and Warrick Dunn straight up the middle inside the 15. Ricky Manning Jr. had to make a saving tackle.
Boy, is Warrick Dunn just showing you something, just one quick move. Watch what he does here. He goes to his left, one quick move, and he's back in the hole. I mean, there's excellent blocking up front, but that is set up by Warrick Dunn, making that one fast move back inside.
And also, Julius Peppers, you mentioned it before, Paul. He's pursuing so quick down the line, they're cutting back on the opposite side of him.
Dunn already has 49 yards. Vick tries to make the fake and get outside, and Mark Fields saw it coming and made a solid tackle.
You know, the one thing about Michael Vick is when you just mentioned Barry Sanders, Joe, it's almost like when you play defense against him, just wait on him because he's going to eventually come back to you. Don't go overrunning him. Look at Fields. He stays to the outside and gets his hands on Michael Vick. But if Michael Vick gets around Fields, he's still running.
Great patience by Mark Fields.
2nd and 21. Vick wants a screen to Dunn. A lot of defenders out there waiting for him, and Warrick Dunn hit by 4 different men, and a flag comes in late.
Holding on Atlanta.
I think this is an interesting decision by John Fox. Do you take him back?
Holding offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. The spot of the foul. Repeat, second down.
It will be 2nd and 31 instead of 3rd and 21.
There's the screen. Now there's the latching on.
Hey, you can do almost anything you want. Just don't grab his jersey.
Yeah. Can't make it look like you're pulling him. I just think, do you give Michael Vick that extra down again? Even though it's 10 yards, do you give him that extra down? We'll find out when we come back.
They'll have a chance to think about it. It's the end of the quarter with the Falcons on top of the Panthers here in Atlanta. 7-0.
When you want to find her just the perfect gift, it helps to know the people who know diamonds. Zales stunning 1-carat heart pendant, just $199.99. Zales, the diamond store.
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
The one company that put the soul of a sports car in everything it makes, now offers 10 ways to feel it. Mazda, how do you want your Zoom Zoom?
Wow, stuffed chicken marsala, stuffed chicken limone. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Can you actually hear them being stuffed with 4 Italian cheeses? Can you hear the creamy marsala sauce? Is the limone calling?
It spoke to me, yes.
Only at Olive Garden.
I wanted to get everyone cool gifts and not pay too much. Now it's too late. I blew it.
Actually, you didn't blow it.
I didn't?
No, you didn't.
There's still time to save on the coolest gifts at Circuit City. Save $50 on this Sony digital 8 camcorder with 2.5-inch color LCD screen. Just $274.99 after mail-in rebate and before $25 instant savings. Circuit City.
On the joyous days of bowl, we play TV history. Tailbacks a sweeping, quarterbacks a throwing, whistles a blowing, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week begins Monday, December 27th on ESPN.
Rather quick first quarter in Atlanta, where the Falcons hold a 7-0 lead over the Carolina Panthers.
Well, you know, everybody comes to see Michael Vick. They sure didn't come to see any passing, because for Carolina in the first quarter, they were -4 passing.
Okay.
And for Atlanta,
have to be more.
Okay, a whopping 1 yard.
Okay. So we've had a total of -3 yards in the first quarter passing combined.
This is a quarterback
I don't
game.
think that's going to happen tomorrow night in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning.
No.
Although the Baltimore Ravens would be tickled if that
That'll
happened.
be their goal, certainly. Falcons from the 34.
Panthers are showing why they were a Super Bowl contender last year.
After the penalty, 2nd and 31. And Vick has that tipped at the line of scrimmage. And that time there was a 4-man rush, and they just made sure all they were doing was surrounding Vick, and still Michael Rucker got a hand up to knock it down.
Michael Rucker just stood there. I mean, it was amazing. That's the first time that Michael Vick has actually had some time to drop back and look over at defense. The Panthers have basically decided that what they want to do overall is go after Michael Vick. Take their shots, flush them out, and then go chase him.
3rd and 31. Vick will go to the shotgun, and instead it's Warrick Dunn on a direct snap. Warrick Dunn cuts to the outside, takes a shot. As he got down to the 20-yard line, they're back within field goal range. And Warrick Dunn has gained another 15.
I like the way Greg Knapp is utilizing Michael Vick. He puts him in the gun and snaps it to Warrick Dunn. You see, Vick was over on the left side in the halfback spot. We saw earlier in the first quarter where Michael Vick was split out at wide receiver and Warrick Dunn took off running with it.
Jay Feely will come on to try a field goal from 37 yards. Feely, a kicker who was out of football for a couple of years, was discovered at a kicker's camp in Nevada. Knocks this one through, and the Falcons have added to their total. They're up 10-0.
With football season well underway in the Ohio Valley, you can bet that Old Man Winter's right around the corner.
That's right, Dave. And at Wheeling Subaru, we're ready for whatever Old Man Winter throws at us. With all-wheel drive and excellent safety and performance ratings, Subarus are the perfect vehicles for any weather conditions. Check out our outstanding selection of Foresters, Outbacks, Bajas, and Imprezas.
With a great selection, low-rate financing, and excellent service, you can bet that Wheeling Subaru is a tough team to beat.
Now let's get back to the game. Subaru, driven by what's inside.
The U.S. Constitution and our local courthouses guarantee all citizens valuable rights. One of these is justice for all, whether young or old, rich or poor, healthy or weak, and especially recovery for those injured and hurt. Don't let the insurance companies convince you to sign away your claim.
Don't waste time. Don't sign. Preserve your rights. Protect your claim. Call an experienced attorney now.
During the
this holiday season, you can wrap up the savings at Welty. I'm Sherry McCutcheon here with Kevin Cook. Kevin, great deals on pre-owned.
Pre-owned cars and trucks over on our 17th Street lot, folks. You can definitely wrap up the savings. We have Buick LeSabre starting at just $16,888. Centuries, this is a 2004 model, only $12,995. Don't miss your opportunity to save. Every unit clearly tagged with the lowest sale prices you'll find anywhere. Wrap up the savings now in downtown Wheeling. We're out to wow you at Welty's.
How we not gonna win? The team is sick, nothing but touchdown passes off Michael Vick. Get hit by 56 cause he came to kill. So make way when the Dirty Birds take the field. When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Hell yeah, hey Falcons, run that back.
The Atlanta Falcons. I guess you could say the surprise team of this year without much fear of contradiction.
You know, with Michael Vick healthy, I don't think they're a surprise. I look at what they did a couple of years ago when he was healthy. They went to Green Bay in the playoffs and beat the Packers up there. So I think that it's not a surprise.
Well, I'm surprised.
I know you are.
And the Carolina Panthers will take it at the 20. Let's go to Susie Cole.
Well, Mike, if you want to know the key to the Panthers' resurgence this season, it's acceptance. Once players realized that some of their best guys were not coming back, like Pro Bowl running back Stephen Davis, Deshaun Foster, Pro Bowl wide receiver Steve Smith, that's when things really started to click. 12 players on injured reserve, including 65% of last year's offensive production. And that's a lot to overcome. All 3 running backs on the starting roster out. Role players to the rescue, guys like Nick Goings. They've had to become a new team.
Susie, when you consider that he is the 5th guy on the depth chart, because after the top 3 tailbacks went down, Brad Hoover, the fullback, was the designated runner. He hurt his back, and Nick Goings, it was like, well, Nick, you're the only one left. Here you go. Let's see what you can do. He's rushed for 4 straight 100-yard games.
And what John Fox did is he preached to his football team, we don't take excuses. Injuries are not an excuse for us to go out and lose football games. They weren't getting any plays made. That was the problem. They've won 5 games because they've made plays. Now in this game, this offense has got to make some.
And they have to keep making them to stay in the playoff hunt. This would be huge because a win tonight would get them back to 500, where they haven't been since the start of the season. Keith Brooking makes another tackle, and Brooking is one of those guys who has spent his entire football career in Atlanta. He played high school ball here in the suburbs. He played his college football at Georgia Tech, and now he's played his whole professional career with the Atlanta Falcons.
And he's not going anywhere either. Because this guy, and he is a great player. Boy, you know, we talked to him a couple years ago when everything was disappointing and how they were losing. But boy, is he fired up for this year.
Delhomme from the shotgun. Pressure comes to blow the play dead. Looked like there may have been early movement by the Carolina offensive line.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Tutan Reyes, the right guard. Jeff Mitchell, the only one along that forward wall who is back at the same spot from the Super Bowl a year ago. Jordan Gross is also back, but he's at a different position.
I don't think you can run the ball twice and then throw on 3rd and long.
It's been the pattern. Here comes the blitz, the quick out to Muhammad, and Muhammad's up to the 34. They've got the 1st down.
That's why you're not a coach. That's why we have the pleasure of having you sit here with us and observe.
What, one play?
Hey, let me tell you, I think that was what you said you shouldn't do it. You didn't think you could do it.
No, I'm just saying you're not going to do it consistently against a football.
You didn't say consistently, but Muhsin Muhammad does a really nice job of getting out and making the play.
And Muhammad is one of the guys you have to give credit to for salvaging this season. He has really come through as the number 1 wide receiver on this club. Delhomme to throw. Muhammad again across midfield down to the Falcon 47-yard line. Corey Hall makes the tackle after a gain of 19. He is showing people he can still do it and will be a free agent at the end of this year. Remember, he's only 4 years removed from tying for the NFL lead with 102 catches.
I'll tell you, I like the call because what they had Muhammad out there on D'Angelo Hall, and he just beat him. When you're gonna let D'Angelo Hall play him one-on-one? I don't think so.
They eventually want to do that. They want D'Angelo Hall to be the guy that go one-on-one with everybody.
Draw play Goings. Not much there. Got to the 45. Remember, this is the team that lost Steve Smith, their deep threat, in the opening game with a broken leg.
And it's important that the Carolina Panthers continue to get some semblance of a running game. You see Muhsin Muhammad's catches. He's made some key catches for him as the season's gone on. 11 touchdowns, 15-3 with the average. He's become the big play guy. The important thing is they have to continue to run the football to keep that Falcon defense a little bit off balance.
They got a problem with one of the players. Jeff Mitchell, the center, it just sat down.
We'll check on Mitchell. The veteran center hurt on the last play. Back after this.
Life is measured not so much by what you do as by what you do for others. For almost 2 decades, the people of Southwest Airlines have helped make the Ronald McDonald House a home away from home for seriously ill children and their families. Here's to the special spirit that brings us all together. The spirit of hope.
Say it with me, say it with me. Here we go. Let's go, insurers and adjusters. Let's go.
Grill.
Let's go, insurers and adjusters. Let's
$80.
Go. Cut that meat.
Sandwich.
Cut that meat.
$6.
Cut that meat.
Gas.
And it's full.
$20.
You're my favorite accountant. Tommy, please. Johnny, please join my fantasy team. You're my favorite worker.
Fans.
Yes. Woo!
Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Never gonna wash his hand. Right here, look at that.
When it comes to shipping, talk is cheap. Mistakes aren't. Brown's got the horsepower. They've got the planes, the technology. Truth is, I don't care how they do it. I just care that my packages get there on time. Hey, all I ask for is perfection. Other than that, I'm pretty easy.
UPS delivers more packages on time than anyone. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
This ESPN NFL special brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. UPS, what can Brown do for you? MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And Cialis. Cialis is here. Ask your doctor if a free sample of Cialis is right for you.
We're in Atlanta for a special Saturday night version of Sunday Night Football. They are celebrating here with a 10-0 lead over the Carolina Panthers, who have moved into Atlanta territory at the 45. Delhomme with time to Mangum, his tight end to the 32. That will be another first down.
We've talked about the job that John Fox has done. The guy that I think's done a tremendous job as well is Jake Delhomme. When you've got everything changing around you, you've got receivers going down, you've got running backs going down. Jake Delhomme has been the guy that's had to adjust with everybody missing from this offense. And he's done a terrific job of leading this comeback and helping them in these last 5 victories.
Well, he's certainly been sharp here lately. 5 out of 5, 58 yards, as you see. He was a guy who put a lot of pressure on himself after all those injuries. Said he thought he had to be perfect. Goings. This is an effort guy from day one. You get everything he has every play.
Kevin Mathis, I'm going to tell you something. He disappears. Watch what Goings does here. Kevin Mathis thinks he's going to hit him, and he just jumps over him. Watch this. Goodbye. Is that a great move? Or get killed up there.
Of course, who's out there to make the tackle? Keith Brookings.
Best drive the Falcons have had in this game, and Jeff Mitchell is back in as the center. He had injured a knee and missed a practice this week. Delhomme. Hoover was wide open, never saw the ball. He got behind Chris Draft, the middle linebacker, and just couldn't find the football.
I think I don't know where he lost it, but you're going to see Brad Hoover, number 45. Jake Delhomme throws this ball up in the air. Look at Brad. He doesn't have any idea where the ball is. He turns around the wrong way. You can't turn your back to the ball. You have to turn your back away so that your body looks at the ball the entire time.
And I think he expected it to be a harder throw on the inside, not a looping throw going out.
It looked like it would have been an easy touchdown. Delhomme under pressure, dumps it to Goings, makes a nice move to get free, and Goings down to the 7-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Panthers.
That Nick Goings is absolutely unbelievable.
It has not been easy for Nick Goings, the undrafted free agent. He was a backup most of his career at Pitt. Played on special teams, a reserve running back. And now this year, because of injuries, he gets 4 straight 100-yard games.
4 guys had to go down before he got a shot.
Reuben Drones had the same thing out in Denver.
Yes, he did. Goings again. Lowers his shoulder down near the 5 before he's pushed back by the red shirts, led by Chad Lavallee.
Well, you want me to jinx him?
No.
He hasn't had a fumble.
Don't say it. Don't. Let me cover his mouth.
He hasn't had a fumble.
I'm not letting you say that. I'm not letting you say that.
Oh, I tell you what. And what a great kid to talk to. They said, you know, if you get him to say 3 words, you're going to be lucky. We had him in there yesterday, and he did a wonderful job.
He's a nice kid. 11 play of this drive coming. Delhomme with good protection, throws to Muhammad, a touchdown. Well, you know this team isn't going to fold. You don't start 1-7 and stay in there and fold at any time.
Dan Henning, the offensive coordinator, I thought did a masterful job of mixing up screens, deep passes, big runs. And remember that pass that they couldn't complete on 3rd down there, Paulie? Yeah. That was the one I think that really got him going.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked to Muhammad yesterday, and he smiled, and I said to him, you know, how can you're getting double covered on every play. So
he said
you just got to get open.
He said
he's done it before.
Nice being the guy, the go-to guy.
That is his 12th touchdown catch of the year, the point after by Carney.
Ball start in the offense, number 71.
But they will have to do it again. That's Matt Willig called for the movement.
Still extra point.
People tend to think, you know, Coach John Fox is standing there. He's concerned because people tend to think that extra points are automatic. Well, now all of a sudden, you've taken that off the board, and you've got to re-kick. Lots of different things can happen up front that aren't good.
Kasay out of Sauerbrun's hold. And will convert this one, so we're back to a 3-point game. That was an 80-yard drive for John Fox and his offense. 3 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock.
Peyton Manning and the Colts hope to shatter the elusive single-season touchdown record against Ray Lewis and the tenacious Ravens D. Sunday Night Football, Ravens-Colts, tomorrow night at 8:30 on ESPN.
Comcast salutes the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces.
Hi, my name is Justice Floyd Jones. This greeting is going out to my grandmother, Lucy Petaway. Stationed here at Camp Bondsteel, Kosovo. I miss you. I love you. And I'll be home soon.
Comcast wishes you and your family a happy holiday season.
First day. Nervous? Want me to drop you off here so you can walk up?
No, we can pour it up.
Sure you're gonna be all right?
Should be. Bye, honey. Bye. What's up?
Nice ride. Jeep Grand Cherokee. With Quadra Drive 2, our most advanced four-wheel drive system ever, a 5.7-liter Hemi V8, and our new electronic stability program. The off-road legend continues on-road. Now, during the Jeep year-end sales drive, get a combined cash allowance of $2,000 on Grand Cherokee. Hurry, ends January 3rd.
7:23 to go in the half. The Panthers are back in it. The first 3 times they had the ball, they played like the team that started 1-7. The last drive, they played like the team that's won 5 games in a row to stay alive in the NFC wildcard race. And Jake Delhomme, what a gift he has been for the fans of Carolina, coming as a backup from New Orleans. Rawson breaks it outside. Midfield to the 40. Allen Rawson with his longest kickoff return of the year. Chris Gamble had to make the touchdown after a 48-yard run.
If a relaxing moment turns into the right moment, will you be ready? You can be with Cialis. Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet clinically proven to both work fast and work up to 36 hours. 36 hours to relax and take your time. 36 hours to choose the moment that's right for you and your partner. Cialis is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or certain alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. Erections lasting longer than 4 hours, though rare, require immediate medical help. Discuss your health status with your doctor and ask if Cialis is right for you. 36-hour Cialis. When the moment is right, will you be ready?
The family of digital Walkman players from Sony. Whatever you're into, there's a Walkman for you. Sony, like no other.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV history. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week begins Monday, December 27th on ESPN.
At the 41-yard line is where the Atlanta Falcons will set up shop against the Carolina Panthers, up 10-7 here in the second quarter.
Mike, you made a great point. The Atlanta Falcons, I think one thing that gets overlooked is their return team. Rossum's averaging 13 yards on punt returns, and we just saw what he could do with a kickoff.
Vick rifles this one. Complete down to the 27-yard line to Crumpler. Witherspoon with a tackle. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, on a must-win night for the Panthers, it's been a battle. They've never beaten Michael Vick. He only has 2 completions, but one was a touchdown to Brian Finneran. The Atlanta defense, they have a goal. Stake their claim to the division title. 2 sacks. Jake Delhomme under pressure, but he never loses his poise. He led him to the Super Bowl, and he hits his go-to guy this season, Muhsin Muhammad, for his 12th touchdown of the year.
Vick with time again. Throws short. There is a flag down. Dan Morgan makes the tackle on Jason Wright, who was just called up from the practice squad because they're so short on backs.
Illegal contact on the defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It's Will Witherspoon who leads them in tackles. gets charged with an illegal contact play. It's an automatic first for Atlanta.
I love it when the guy gets called for a penalty. Witherspoon, he shakes his head. Yeah, it was me.
I felt like when they went to the rule emphasis in the beginning of the year that the linebackers and the linebackers were going to be the ones that were going to be most susceptible because they're used to banging around tight ends. And these are the guys that wind up getting a lot of the calls.
If you don't bang Crumpler, you're going to have a lot of problems.
And Beverly will bang you at 300 pounds.
Vick under pressure. And they got him this time. A flag is down. That tackle was made by Mark Fields.
I tell you, Vick is slow getting up, and Mark Fields just waited on him. There's a holding penalty against Atlanta. But Fields, I mean, this is one of those deals where I said before, if you just stay home, he's going to eventually come back to you. And Mark Fields, number 58, is the strong side linebacker. He's out here. Watch him make the play. Here comes Vick. He comes right to him, and boy, he banged him. And I think he accidentally hits him in the head.
See, he takes a shot, though. The big thing is as he moves around, Michael Vick gets away. Mark Fields sizes him up and then just goes forward. Just takes a shot at him. That's what the Carolina Panthers want to do with Michael Vick. Same thing with Barry Sanders when they used to. Take your shot at him, and don't worry, he'll come back to somebody else.
And that was the 42nd time that Vick has been sacked. That's the most of any quarterback in the NFL. Draw play, nothing.
Julius Peppers, I'm going to tell you something. You want to see strength and speed? He's going to take the blocker, watch this, all the way down with him to the ball carrier. Now that's unbelievable. That's Todd Weiner. He takes him all the way into the ball carrier and then makes the tackle. That's speed, strength, and awareness.
Jason Wright never had a chance, and now it's 3rd and 20.
They've had a couple of these.
And Dunn is back in there. Vick goes to the shotgun, straight snap to Dunn. That's the 3rd time at least we have seen that. And Warrick Dunn takes it to the 27.
Keep in mind, Michael Vick has only been in the shotgun since the bye, which was like week 7. So Michael Vick is still evolving in this offense. I really believe I'm one of those contrarians when I think about Michael Vick. You notice his legs, certainly the yards contrarian. It means I'm opposite of what people conventionally think, Paul. But the thing is I think he's developing as a quarterback nicely, throwing the football. I really do. I think he's really come along to become a more complete quarterback. Paul.
Field goal attempt from 45 yards. And no good. Feely is 1 of 2. The lead remains at 3 points.
Thanks for coming, Conan.
Alias premieres with a special 2-hour event. Wednesday, January 5th, only on ABC.
First day. Nervous? Want me to drop you off here so you can walk up?
No, we can pour it up.
Sure you're gonna be all right?
Should be. What's up?
Nice ride.
Salutes the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Hill at RAF Mosburg, wishing friends and family at West Virginia happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Love you.
Comcast wishes you and your family a happy holiday season.
The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee. With Quadra-Drive 2, our most advanced four-wheel drive system ever, a 5.7-liter Hemi V8, and our new electronic stability program. The off-road legend continues on-road. Now, during the Jeep year-end sales drive, get a combined cash allowance of $2,000 on Grand Cherokee. Hurry, ends January 3rd.
The missed field goal gives the Panthers good field position at their own 35. The number's on Jake Delhomme. He has only missed one. Led the last drive downfield for a touchdown to get them back into the ball game. Goings on the toss after the fake inside. Lowers his shoulder and just launches his way for 8 yards before Scott knocks him down.
I want to show you what Jake Delhomme did on our pass track. You see, that's where he's looking. It's a sit-down route, only moving a little bit. You see him get the ball not very high, good throwing lane, great opportunity to get out. 45 miles an hour equates to 76 miles an hour in baseball. And I think those balls at 45, 50 miles an hour from a quarterback are a lot easier to catch than somebody like a Michael Vick who throws it up around 90, 95, or a Brett Favre.
Goings again and powers his way for a first down. And they run an offense you don't see very often anymore with those split backs, a halfback on one side, the fullback on the other, instead out of the eye.
And you know what? They're almost like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They line up and they let you know, here we come. Goings is the guy that's going to carry the ball for us, and he's going to carry the ball 30-some times. So get yourself prepared. We're coming after you.
I had the good fortune to play with Dan Henning. He was my quarterback coach with the Washington Redskins. A lot of this offense is modeled after that. The two tight ends, the fullback really becomes the H-back.
Delhomme under pressure. Oh, got rid of it, and boy, that was nearly picked off by Draft. And there is a flag down. It looks like a hold against Carolina.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
You know, Mike,
Tutan Reyes, the right guard.
Jake Delhomme has really become, I think, the hero to a lot of backup quarterbacks in the National Football League. He was buried down in New Orleans behind Aaron Brooks.
Right.
All of a sudden had the opportunity to go to Carolina. Last year, led them on to the Super Bowl. You have to wonder, who's the next #2 quarterback around the league that might have a chance to step up and somebody take a chance on it?
An undrafted free agent, played 2 years in the World League. They always told us in New Orleans he had the talent to start for somebody. Goings. Nice cut to pick up a couple of extra yards to the 42. For more on Jake, here's Susie.
Well, he pointed out to us his reversal of fortune, telling us that last year was almost too easy. He took over the starting job at halftime of the opener, and the Panthers rolled. The identity was a running game, and he rode that to the Super Bowl. In that game, calm and cool as always. He said it's been year 2 that he's really taken his lumps. He's played with a broken thumb. He's lost a lot of his weapons, but through it all, the demeanor never changes. Nothing seems to faze the guy.
And Susie, if he had to prove anything, he proved he could play at this level, and last year was no fluke. Delhomme throws a strike to Muhammad. Good job to stay up. Lost the ball, and who's there to get it? Nick Goings.
I tell you, it truly is amazing to look at a wide receiver, Muhsin Muhammad, get open. And you know they've got 2 guys on him, and sometimes 3, and he still gets in a position. Take a look at it here. There he is working on a corner. He makes the play, trying to get a few extra yards, and they rip the ball out, but Nick Goings is there.
We have reached the 2-minute warning in Atlanta. It's a good one, a 3-point ball game.
So what's this about our Guinness again?
I've discovered that Guinness Draft has only 125 calories.
Only 125 calories? Brilliant! What else have you been up to?
I've invented this little book. It's black. You put women's phone numbers in it.
A little black book? Brilliant!
Come here often. You can also use it as a coaster.
A coaster? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Guinness Draft has only 125 calories. Enjoy it responsibly.
Brilliant!
Because she's the first one in and the last one to leave. Because he was your client before you even had an office. Because before you know you need it, it's already been done. Because you call him at home, often. Because the smaller the business, the more people there are to thank. Office Depot has as many gifts as there are reasons to give them.
Oh, man.
The top 100 gifts for business, only at Office Depot.
Hey, have it your way. Now, if part of that means choosing fire-grilled over fried, that's a pretty good place to start. Where you take it from there, well, you're holding the steering wheel.
When you want to find her just the perfect gift, it helps to know the people who know diamonds. Zales beautiful half-carat diamond ring, just $149.99. Zales, the diamond store.
11 NFL athletes living in one house. Backyard football has never looked so good. Or maybe it's just the apparel.
Coming up at the half, Chris Berman will be here with the Kia halftime show. The Battle of the Rookies, Peyton's Place, and guess what's going on with Rick and Jarris? Coming up on the Kia halftime show.
You know, this is one of those football teams that it's third and long, but they're not necessarily going to throw the ball.
Kroll in motion, 3 wide receivers. Delhomme with time, and Muhammad again. Muhsin Muhammad breaking tackles as they go for the ball, and he's down to the 31-yard line. He came in number 7 in the NFL in yards, already has 73 yards on 6 catches tonight.
D'Angelo Hall is a rookie in the National Football League, and he tries to strip this ball away from Muhsin Muhammad. There you see, now he's grabbing the ball. He's going to find out it's not like it was in college. You better tackle the big guy, or else he's not going to the ground. You only start ripping it away when other people have got a hold of him.
Did you see him catch the ball with both hands, Joe? And they just hold on to it with both hands. They didn't even try to tuck it away.
Always been a nice blend of size and speed, and having a huge year here. Kroll went down. They say no contact, and it's just an incomplete pass.
Muhsin Muhammad said, you know, it's a different game when you know you're the guy. You're the one that can make the play. Look at how he comes out of his routes. There's no hesitation for a big guy. He doesn't drop down and give away his routes against D'Angelo Hall. Puts the ball away. Now for the touchdown. Quick, sudden stops. From a quarterback's perspective, when you get a wide receiver that makes those kind of decisive moves, it's a dream to be able to throw to him.
He was wearing a gold suit at our meeting yesterday. I thought Paul was going to buy it from him right there. Delhomme turns near side. Muhammad, great hands, held on.
I'm going to tell you what, how great this catch is. You talk about total concentration on the ball, and a guy that looks the ball in wasn't looking at the defender coming up. He just had total concentration on the ball. Watch this catch. This is beautiful. Bang, he's up in the air. Now he makes sure he has the ball. Make sure he has the ball. Look at him concentrate on the football. Forget about Rossum. He doesn't even care about him.
Well, here's the thing. Allen Rossum is 5'8". Muhsin Muhammad is 6'3". And you know he's going to be able to go up and get it away from him.
Pretty good matchup, especially if you're on the Carolina side. Delhomme again. He's been on fire here in the second quarter for the end zone. Mangum had it tipped. Nice defense that time by D'Angelo Hall, and Mangum couldn't pull it in.
He almost made a knee job, a knee catcher.
He tried to catch it. Mangum tried to catch it with his legs. I mean, you talk about these guys fighting. They're missing a whole lot of people, but every time that ball's in the air, watch this. Now try to catch. Ooh, he almost batted it in his legs.
Good job by the rookie corner to get a piece of that one. They need to reach the 10 for a first down, and DeMario Williams makes the tackle just shy of that.
I look at the savvy of Jake Delhomme. I like to watch a quarterback manage a 2-minute drill or manage a game. What you see him doing is you see him being able to get up to the line of scrimmage, get in and out of the huddle real quick. Sometimes he goes quick count, sometimes he doesn't. It's just the way he handles the game. He's right at the referee with the timeout. Everything he's doing is giving his team a chance to be able to move the ball, but yet save time, really.
We speculated earlier that it might be a surprise that Atlanta was where they are. Be honest about it. When Carolina was 1-7, I mean, is there any way anybody rationally could say, hey, they still have a shot?
But you got to think about what they did. In those 5 victories, the defense took the ball away 22 times. Now, there was a missed field goal down here. That was just like taking the ball away.
Right.
They didn't allow them to score. The score is now 10-7. They're gonna have a chance to tie this game or go ahead before the half.
It was almost like that beginning of the season became a training camp for a whole new set of guys, and allowed Muhsin Muhammad to become the star again.
Interesting play call here. What do you do on 3rd and 1? Goings dives inside the 10. That should be 1st and goal. And John Fox wants a timeout. Boy, they really trust that running game.
Yeah, they do. And the one thing that you really like about it is that they're very patient about what they're doing. They're not getting all excited. And the most amazing part about this whole thing, they're only throwing the ball to one guy.
And the one guy's done a good job catching it.
Tomorrow night, ESPN's double coverage weekend of NFL action continues at 8:30. The Colts' Peyton Manning will go for Dan Marino's single-season record of 48 touchdown passes. The only thing standing in the way, that Raven defense and Ray Lewis. That's all. Coverage starts with NFL primetime at 7:30 Eastern. It is a record that a lot of people thought would never be touched, and certainly Peyton wants it, although he has deflected all sorts of praise. He doesn't want the attention on him, and Ray Lewis doesn't want that record broken against Baltimore.
Well, Indianapolis, what people forget about is that they have the leading rusher in the National Football League.
We talked to both Peyton and Ray yesterday. Ray wants to play the game right now, and Peyton is as cool and calm as collected as he's always been.
Delhomme on 1st and goal. Goings, nice catch.
Let me just say one other thing about Ray Lewis, and you know, we love this guy. I mean, and the guy's a great player, probably the best linebacker in all of football. But Ray Lewis said to us yesterday, which we thought was funny, hey, you know, Peyton Manning, chance to, break the record and everything. He said, man, I'm dressing up for this party. I'm going to be dressed.
I'll tell you, Nick Goings is dressed up for this party.
Isn't he?
He's caught the football very well. He's run the ball very well. Now all of a sudden you add Julius Peppers to this huddle. It's 2nd down. Split him out wide. Throw him the football.
Two-sports star at North Carolina. Peppers will go out to the left. He did this last week. They double-teamed him, and they couldn't throw it to him.
Brian Scott against him this time.
Peppers out of bounds.
And that's actually Jake Delhomme. Jake actually led him out of bounds. Julius goes up and does a nice job.
Tell you what, he was a forward on the basketball team. He could jump out of the gym. And may have even gotten away with a little push-off.
Well, he's learning. Brian Scott, you're trying to defend him. And when he goes up in the air, he's way up in the air.
I like the match they put out there. Brian Scott, 6'1", 219, almost 220 pounds. Let him push him around a little bit.
Now 3rd and goal. Delhomme underneath to Hoover, and Hoover can't get any closer than the 4. And they'll have to send the field goal team on.
Michael, that's just good defense. They took out everything out of the end zone and forced Jake to throw the ball to Hoover.
John Fox wanted the clock to run down, so the Falcons take a timeout.
With the way we saw that last kickoff return by Allen Rossum, you'd certainly want him to get his hands on at least one more time.
Kasay, who has had another outstanding year, always seems to. He's now in his 14th season out of Georgia. Boy, Peppers is just an exciting athlete.
Wasn't he big? When he sat down and walked into the meeting, Javon Curse is a similar type of an athlete.
Yes,
unbelievable speed, tremendous length, great hustle. But Julius Peppers looks like he's about 50 pounds bigger. He's just huge.
Look at his arms. I mean, his arms are absolutely huge. How about this? In the first quarter, Carolina had 5 yards of total offense. They have 156 in the second.
It's a chip shot, 22-yard try for Kasay to tie the game at 10. And that's where we stand with 21 seconds to go in the first half.
Talk about Julius Peppers' athletic ability and really being the only guy who can match Michael Vick on the field when it comes to his athletic ability. Here he is, the first play of the game, tipping the ball away. You see him just get back into coverage and turn. Now look at the speed of running down Michael Vick as he tries to scramble. And then he comes around, puts Vick on the ground, and puts pressure on him when he tries to make the throw.
I had one basketball coach in the ACC said if he had concentrated on hoops, he would have at least been an all-conference performer, if not an all-American. He was that good, but he thought his future lie in football. Not a bad decision.
And he's a young man who's driven by what people say. If people say, well, Julius, you know, you don't hustle a lot, you watch him take that challenge on. He's very sensitive to what people say. Now, Algie Crumpler, the tight end for the Falcons, was with him at North Carolina, and he knows him very well.
Well, the one thing about Julius is, that everybody talked to him. They didn't think that he should have been drafted where he was drafted. He took offense to that. He said, I've never worked harder in my life to be better in my position than anyone else.
How about John Fox? His first head coaching job with the Carolina Panthers. He's got the second pick in the draft. He doesn't really have a quarterback. What does he do? He takes Julius Peppers.
Yeah, and he got a lot of grief for that, and it's turned out beautifully. Rossum is deep, and they will kick it away to him from the 6. Rossum with room. Horse-collared as he got to the 37 with 15 seconds to go, a 31-yard return. Let's update the NFC playoff picture for you. The Falcons with that second spot right now at 10-3. And Carolina, of course, with 5 straight wins, have fought their way back into it. They can ill afford to lose. There's too many teams right behind them that are still alive in the NFC, and John Fox knows it.
And Atlanta has 2 timeouts as well as 15 seconds.
3-man rush. Peppers double team, got there just before he threw, and that was nearly picked off by Mike Minter.
Boy, this was all Julius Peppers.
Oh,
I'm telling you what.
How big would that have been?
Well, and he was double teamed on the play again. There's just, you better put more than 2 on him. I'm telling you right now. Watch him split this double team. He gets there, and then he gets to Michael Vick and Rafa.
Forney tries to grab him. He tried to grab him when he went by.
I mean, he beats Weiner inside. And Forney made no pretense whatsoever. He just reached out and grabbed him around the waist. And Peppers still got there.
Here's where you have to be worried about Michael Vick's ability to scramble around.
Fires this one downfield, too high for Peerless Price. And 3 seconds to go in the first half.
There's the most amazing thing about this Atlanta team. Peerless Price, who they got from Buffalo, thought this is going to be the one guy they had to add to this football team to give him that strength downfield and be able to throw the ball. And he's almost non-existent.
Eventually, I think he will. When you look at Peerless Price's numbers, 31 catches coming into this game tonight. 31 catches from Peerless Price.
He has had only one 100-yard receiving game in Atlanta. The last 2 years he played with the Bills, he had 8. But that was as a number 2 receiver, and some guys simply do not make that transition. He played behind Eric Moulds there as the featured guy. Now Vick is just going to unload this one on what should be the last play of the half. Tipped and intercepted by Chris Campbell, the rookie. Michael Vick finishes the half 2 out of 9 for 17 yards. Let's go to Susan.
Coach, Julius Peppers is trying to kill your quarterback.
Yeah,
what can you do to get him some
face mask a lot? We're not getting the calls. No, he's something else. How about that athletic play made in the end zone? You just don't see guys that size go up, and he caught the ball. He's just out. But it's going to be one of those barn burners, man. It's just like we said. It's going to be all the way, all to the end. So,
how do you slow Muhsin Muhammad?
Well, we got to get up and get on him, be more physical with him.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
The rookie head coach in a 10-10 battle with Carolina. That's our halftime score here in Atlanta. Let's join Chris Berman for the Kia halftime show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much, and a happy holidays to everybody out there. Well, it's kind of a microcosm of Carolina's season, huh? The first quarter, not very good. The second quarter, here they come. 10-10, good game. Speaking of which, Ben Roethlisberger, 11 for 11 as starts. Eli Manning, 0 for 4 in starts. The Giants hadn't won for a month and a half. Pittsburgh hadn't lost since the second game of the season. So when these two met today at the Meadowlands, it was truly a Charles Dickens matchup, as in the best of times and the worst of times. But that's why they play the games. Eli Manning going up against Ben Roethlisberger, guys, good friends. And think about it, Willie Ponder, opening kickoff, and he gave the Steelers something to think about. Troy Polamalu misses him by a hair. 80 years, home games, the Giants, the first opening kickoff they've ever had returned at home. 7-0 G-Man. Eli Manning looked the best that he has. Jeremy Shockey, Giants led 14-7. High-scoring game, nobody thought it would be that. Meanwhile, the Giants defense gave up over 450 yards. Here they gang tackle Roethlisberger, but when they make a good play, unnecessary roughness called on the play. So Roethlisberger had 5 connections of 34 yards or more. This Antoine Randall L touchdown, 17-14 Steelers. But Eli Manning and company played strong. Play action, Marcellus Rivers flows in the end zone, 24-23 the Giants. Roethlisberger fighting back. Down with 7 minutes to go by 4. The long pass to Randall L, 316 yards. Roethlisberger, Bettis at 140, scores a touchdown, 33-30. Willie Williams, the last Steeler, he's gone to Seattle. He's come back. The only guy on the roster still from that 95 team that made the Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin's team has lost again, but they played better. Giant fans have a glimpse of what is coming. Meanwhile, the Steelers have won 12 straight. Since the merger, the only other regular teams to win 12 straight or more regular season games. 72 Dolphins, 98 Denver, Patriots last year, 85 Bears, all have won the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens with Pittsburgh. They won 33-30. Redskins, Niners, Bill Walsh and Joe Montana. There's young Steve Young. Joe Gibbs. Well, they've played 23 years. These teams have 8 Super Bowls. This will not be the 9th this year. That's Joe Gibbs this year with the Redskins. Patrick Ramsey, Robert Royal. Skins lead 7-0. But the defense has been the story for the bright side that the Redskins have had. And they intercepted Ken Dorsey 4 times, including this last minute before the half. Antonio Pierce could go all the way. 23-9 lead for the Skins. It ends up a 10-point win. 26-16 Washington wins. San Francisco's won 2 games in overtime against Arizona. They've lost all the rest of them. If they lose to Buffalo and New England, certainly distinct possibilities. They'll tie franchise record set just before Bill Walsh, Eddie DeBartolo and company. They'll tie the team record for the worst records they've ever had. So those were the 2 day games on Saturday.
This halftime show is presented by Kia Motors. Kia, make every mile count.
When we return tomorrow night, of course, can Peyton Manning break the record? Dan Marino, touchdown pass in a season. We'll hear a little bit from Peyton. He talked with our Michael Irvin this week.
$3,000 cash back at the mall? A 10-year warranty from Santa? 0% financing on a candied yam? Probably not, but you will get all this and more at Kia's year-end sales event. It only happens once a year. Get up to $3,000 cash back. Hurry, offer ends January 3rd.
The United Way draft moves along as the Teen Center has just taken Mike Rucker. What a coup for the Carolina community. Rucker's work with local teens is legendary. I could see him making the all-volunteer team this season. And now we're joined on the floor by Mike Rucker. Erica?
Mike, the Teen Center, any predictions?
I'll say this, we'll make a positive impact on the youth of our community.
Is that a guarantee?
No, it's a prediction.
Bold words from Mike Rucker, and I'll tell you what, I believe him.
Get involved in your community. It's what matters.
Welcome back to the Kia Halftime Show with your host, Chris Berman.
Carolina and Atlanta 10-10 at the half. Peyton Manning, 46 touchdown passes. The record, Dan Marino, 20 years ago, 48. We talked about it on the Swami. The amazing thing about Peyton Manning and the Colts, a lot of these touchdown passes in the infrared zone. 22 of his 46, almost half, are 10 yards or less. Can he break the record tomorrow night here on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern Time against a very good Baltimore defense? Well, part of it is talking to Peyton, which Michael Irvin did. You'll see it on Countdown tomorrow morning. And among the things Michael asked him, he said, hey, Peyton, are you surprised at the record pace that you're on?
I am a little bit. If you would have told me after week 1 or in training camp that, you know, here I would be at this point in the season with a chance to do some things that, you know, to break some records, or here we would be as a team having this kind of offensive success, I would have told you that that probably wouldn't be true. It's hard to win a game now. It is. And it's hard to throw a touchdown. And so when you do, sometimes people say, oh, that was easy. It looked easy. It may have looked easy, but it took a lot of hard work to get that particular play accomplished or to get that game won. And I got more respect for the game now than I ever have in my 7 years.
But you say it's harder. No, you say it's harder now than it's ever been, but you're having the most phenomenal year that possibly any quarterback has ever had.
How was that happen? Well, I feel like I've been better every single year that I've played, Michael. That's been my goal every year, to get better. And here I am in my 7th year. I really feel like I've used every experience that I've had in the prior 6 years to my advantage. The good situations, the 2-minute drills when you win, the last drive of a game, the tough days when ball's just not going right. Learn from those situations. Try to keep them from happening again.
What have you done this year that's different from last year and the years before that?
I'm not sure if it's what I've done. It's really what Reggie Wayne has done. It's what he has shown me and Tom Moore the past 2 years of unbelievable consistency in practice, Michael, in April mini camps, in August training camps.
You, as a motivator of the offense, I got to keep everybody running hard every play. That's how you win.
That's exactly
now, if
right.
everybody's looking to catch 49, they're running hard every play.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes your job easier, does it not?
It really does. That's why I think we're effective, because, as you know, Michael, you watch film, and I'm sure you remember plays being called, and this was probably coming to me, or I ain't getting this ball. This is a pass that's gone to Emmett or Harper. Every play, this isn't my play. And
maybe you don't put as much into that play.
You probably just can't help it. You know, I'm not going to run full speed on this takeoff route when they haven't thrown it to me the last 50 times we called it, you know, because the next play might be mine. I got to have full energy.
Well, we'll have a long interview with Peyton Manning that Michael did. You'll see that on Countdown at 11 in the morning. And the Ravens and Colts. Will it be a record-breaking night? That's our Sunday night game tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern.
Introducing the unusually versatile, sport-tuned Kia Spectra 5. Hook up with one.
Welcome back to NFL Big Man Dance Challenge. Midway through the second round, Ted Washington remains our leader. Carolina's Brenson Buckner up next.
Buckner, in his 11th season out of Clemson, currently in 6th place.
He opens with a flying swan. The tongue is out, and he's feeling it.
He's in good form today, Kenny.
Throws a pyramid, and now a biscuit bounce.
Oh, my.
Into a peg leg cowboy.
Look at the balance.
Carolina's Brenson Buckner's making a statement here, folks.
This halftime show is presented by Kia Motors. Kia, make every mile count.
College basketball now. Rick Majerus, who decided Wednesday to take over as head coach at USC beginning in April, has had second thoughts, and on Monday when he meets USC athletic director Mike Garrett, he wants to resign. Had second thoughts and will remain at ESPN as a college hoop analyst. Yeah, Majerus, of course, such great success at Utah, had to step aside last year with health reasons, and so now it looks like he's had second thoughts at USC. Meanwhile, some top 20 matchups. College hoop, Kentucky, Louisville. Kentucky trail by 16 at the half. Patrick Sparks get fouled with just seconds to go. 0.6 seconds to go. Take another look. And with Kentucky down 58-57, he's got 3 free throws. Hits the first, hits the second, and at Freedom Hall, hits the third. So Louisville with just a desperation heave. It's no good, and Kentucky wins it 60-58. Tubby Smith's team 7-1. Well, Michael Vick, the touchdown early to Finneran. Carolina's come back 10-10 at the half.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV gives to me the best college games you'll ever see. There's nothing else like bowl week, the Yuletide fantasy. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coaches screaming, 4th down and long. 3 wise men, 2 overtime, a fans football feast. It's the best week on TV.
Capital One Bowl Week begins Monday, December 27th on ESPN.
Yeah. I've made some mistakes, like the meat smoker, the engine overhaul, and that satellite dish.
How about now? No!
But that's all behind me now. For one thing, we have Comcast digital cable. With Comcast, we get lots of choices in high def. Picture is unbelievable. I think that kind of makes up for all the other stuff. Honey?
That was then. This is Comcast.
Hi, I'm Kenny Hancock with JD Byrider. Day after day I hear dealerships advertising, bad credit, no problem. But so many people still get turned down. This is why JD Byrider is different. The only thing we focus on is getting you a loan. And it's very easy for us because we have our own finance company, CNAC, right here on site. We make our own decisions right here. We can have you approved in 1 hour and drive in the same day. Use the Racks entrance too.
Family owned and operated for over 86 years, Thomas Chrysler Dodge Jeep has maintained one standard, the standard of excellence. They're the area's longest running 5-star dealer, and they offer this to you. Now is the time to buy at Thomas's. Every 2004 vehicle is priced to sell. There's still a great selection on all 2004s, including SUVs and minivans, and we're making room for the 2005s that are arriving daily. Remember,
whatever it takes, we'll put you in the driver's seat.
Michael Vick, the NFL's leading rusher as a quarterback, was hot early and led the Atlanta Falcons out quickly. This touchdown toss to Brian Finneran. But as they have all year, the Carolina Panthers behind Jake Delhomme just kept coming back. And they have tied this game in Atlanta at 10 apiece. I think it says an awful lot about the Carolina Panthers that they could be the only team ever to come back from a 1-7 start and make the playoffs.
Let's remember last year. Last year on their run to the Super Bowl, they won 4 games in overtime. These kind of football games are not uncommon to the Carolina Panthers. They know how to make it happen.
Rossum, who's already had a good night, takes this one from the 5. Across the 20 to about the 29-yard line. Carolina has not won in this building. John Fox says, well, at least we're undefeated on Saturday night. This is the first time they played on Saturday night.
Well, for Carolina, forget about what they did in the first quarter. They got 5 yards. Keep doing what you did in the second quarter, and they're just going to be fine.
And that was throwing the ball to Muhsin Muhammad. I think the Atlanta Falcons have got to take Allen Rossum away from him. 5'8" against 6'3" is not getting it done. They've got to jam him at the line of scrimmage and give him a problem getting off the ball.
Vick only 2 out of 9 throwing in the first half. Carolina's done a nice job against them, and they'll go back to Warrick. Dunn up the middle, knocked down by Will Witherspoon. Let's check in with Susie.
Well, Michael Vick, as you said, that career low in passing in the first half and just 17 yards rushing. John Fox warned, though, he's a scary guy. You can never be too careful about that. As for his own quarterback, Jake Delhomme, who's been on fire, he said it was a matter of just getting the protections right. Once they got that squared away, then he was off and running. He's so good at staying calm and cool and poised. The most surprising thing he said, though, the only reason this is a game is because of an early turnover and giving the Falcons a short field. He feels his team is dominating.
Dunn across the 35 to the 36. And Susie, this is what is always going to be the argument against Michael Vick, because his numbers are skewed because he runs so much. When you are only 2 out of 9 in the first half and you are the quarterback, people are going to say he should be playing another position because he's such a great athlete.
Well, I think you can't take away his athletic ability. The bottom line is winning. How do you win with your quarterback? Peyton Manning is 10-3. He's thrown 46 touchdown passes. Michael Vick has over 800 yards rushing. He's 10-3.
Short set, he'll go to Finneran. And Finneran takes it up to the 44.
Michael Vick certainly is a human highlight reel. You see him go back in the pocket and just getting absolutely crunched. These are the things that he's been working on, staying in the pocket. But if things like this continue to happen, he's going to be a lot better as he tries to get outside the pocket. I believe that Greg Knapp is still learning, the offensive coordinator of the Falcons, what he wants to do with this young man. His upside as a quarterback throwing the football is huge.
1st and 10.
Movement.
False start offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Kevin Schaefer, the left tackle. Of course, it is the same argument we have had with other guys who came into this league as outstanding athletes, wanted to play quarterback. When you had Cordell Stewart come into Pittsburgh as Slash, he was a great runner, great pass receiver, wanted to be a quarterback.
No, I don't think there's any comparison between Michael Vick and Cordell Stewart. Michael Vick throws the football better than Cordell Stewart could, and the other part is Michael Vick runs better than anybody in football.
Loose ball, have not heard a whistle yet. There are flags down. There was movement on both sides of the ball.
I think it's going to go against Carolina. They'll get those 5 yards back, so the last 2 plays didn't really happen.
Offside defense, number 93. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Michael Rucker, the right defensive end, and John Fox's defense playing without Chris Jenkins, who some would argue is the best interior lineman in all of the NFL. He was just one of a dozen guys hurt early, went on injured reserve. And here's Weatherspoon being tended to on the sideline. That just looks equipment related. Vick quickly out to Price. And Price can't turn the corner. He's taken down by Ricky Manning Jr.
You know, you just can't say enough about what Carolina has done defensively. I mean, these guys, they put a lot of people together. They got some people. When they got Dan Morgan, number 55, the middle linebacker, back, that really helped solidify this defense. But boy, they have moved different guys in and out of not only the defense but the offense, and they're still winning football games. It really and truly is a credit to the coach.
How about Mark Fields? He overcomes cancer. Took him back in the line. He had Hodgkins this season. Vick has that one tipped at the line of scrimmage and still caught. Tremendous effort by Dez White to get his hands under the ball and make that grab.
That really was an unbelievable catch. I mean, this one just gets batted up in the air. Dez White staying with the route, comes back to make the reception. And now he's down. Good pressure. Blitz up front. The big arms go up.
We'll check on the injury when we come back to Atlanta. It's a 10-10 tie.
Sand painting is practiced by many cultures. Notice how they place the sand, 1 grain at a time. They've been working on this piece for over 8 days. I'm sorry, no pictures, please. Just look at the detail.
Want to get away? Now you can. Go to Southwest.com for Southwest Airlines $39 to $149 internet specials to 59 destinations nationwide. Purchased by January 16.
You are now free to move about the country.
I've got incomplete beer on Edward. Attempting to rock with a beer that has less flavor. Replacing with genuine flavor, cold filtered smooth, Miller Genuine Draft. Whoa! I've also got unnecessary spandex on Edward. Too much information. Rockstar status, decline. Play beer.
Miller, good call.
I
Not in our house, buddy. Not today.
Oh, no! This ain't going down. Not today, 99!
Not today.
Not today.
Not tomorrow.
Nobody coming in here. Not in our house. Not in our house.
Visa, official card of the NFL and the house of the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, where they accept no other card to get you in. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.